Imagine waking up to a world where diseases are detected before symptoms appear. Cars drive you effortlessly to work, and artificial intelligence helps solve humanity's biggest challenges. This isn't science fiction anymore. In just 5 years, everything we know is about to change. Will you be ready or left behind? Let's dive into the technology set to reshape our future and how they'll transform life as we know it. Every few decades, a wave of new technologies reshapes everything: how we live, work, and connect. Right now, we're standing at the edge of a new transformation, and the changes are happening faster than ever before. In this video, we'll uncover the groundbreaking innovations that are already taking shape, from agentic AI systems that think and act independently, to synthetic media blurring the lines between reality and creation. We'll explore micro LLMs bringing the power of massive AI into your pocket. From brain-computer interfaces unlocking human potential, to neuromorphic chips that mimic the way our brains think, and augmented reality turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. The next 5 years will not just be an evolution, they will be a revolution, and it's already underway. Let's break down the technologies that are quietly, and not so quietly, building the future. Let's start with something that's going to seriously change how we work, live, and solve problems: agentic AI. You probably already know about chatbots. You ask a question, they give you an answer. Simple. But agentic AI? It's a whole different league. Instead of just reacting to one command, agentic AI can think ahead, plan multiple steps, and act on its own, all without needing someone to hold its hand along the way. Here's the cool part. It works through 4 steps. It perceives the world around it, reasons out the best way to solve a problem, takes action, and learns from the results to get better and better over time. Imagine a customer service agent powered by this tech. Not only could it answer your questions, it could check your balance, figure out the best way for you to pay it off, and even handle the payments for you, all while you're still deciding what to do next. Behind the scenes, agentic AI pulls in huge amounts of data from databases, sensors, and apps. It thinks using powerful AI engines. It acts by connecting to tools like payment processors and scheduling systems, and it learns by analyzing every interaction it has. And this isn't just theory, it's already starting to show up in real industries. In customer support, AI agents are solving complex problems without needing a human rep to jump in. In healthcare, they're helping doctors sift through patient data to make faster, smarter decisions. In software development, they're handling the boring, repetitive coding, so developers can actually focus on the big creative challenges. And in marketing, they're whipping up personalized content at lightning speed. By 2030, some experts say agentic AI could automate nearly 30% of all work hours across industries. That's not just a shift, that's a whole new way of doing business. With agentic AI quietly working in the background, the future of work is going to be faster, smarter, and way more efficient than anything we've seen before. And honestly, this is just getting started. Now let's talk about another major game changer: synthetic media. You've probably already seen it. Videos, images, voices, even full digital humans created entirely by AI. But what's happening now is way bigger than just deepfakes or fun filters. Synthetic media is evolving into a powerful creative tool that's reshaping entertainment, marketing, education, and even personal communication. Picture this: a movie studio needs a crowd scene. Instead of hiring hundreds of extras, they generate realistic digital actors in minutes. A small business wants a commercial. They can create a full ad, script, visuals, voiceover, without hiring a production crew. And it's not just visuals. Synthetic voice tech can now clone voices almost perfectly, meaning characters, narrators, or even your own voice can be scaled endlessly without recording a single new word. And real industries are already jumping in. In advertising, brands are creating custom spokespeople, digital ambassadors who can speak any language, adapt to different audiences, and never need a reshoot. In education, teachers are using AI avatars to make personalized learning videos so students can learn from themselves or favorite characters. In entertainment, musicians are collaborating with AI-generated artists to produce entire albums without stepping into a studio. And in corporate training, companies are using synthetic instructors who can update instantly whenever policies change. By 2027, analysts predict synthetic media will be responsible for more than 30% of all digital content we consume. 30% created not by cameras or microphones, but by algorithms. It's getting so good that soon the line between what's real and what's synthetic won't just blur, it might disappear completely. Welcome to the future of media. Fast, flexible, and powered by pure creativity. But like every powerful tool, synthetic media isn't all upside. As it gets easier to create anything we can imagine, and even things we can't, we're also stepping into tricky territory. It's going to become harder to tell what's real and what's fake. Artists and creators might find themselves competing with AI versions of their own work. And there are some serious ethical questions around ownership, consent, and digital identity that still don't have clear answers. And while synthetic content can be fast and flashy, sometimes it risks losing the human touch. That spark of emotion and authenticity that connects us all. So even as we build this dazzling new world of limitless creativity, we'll need to move carefully, balancing innovation with integrity every step of the way. Let's take a closer look at a game-changing technology that's already shaping our future: augmented reality, or AR. AR blends the real world with digital elements. It overlays visuals, sounds, and even interactive sensations onto your environment, all through devices like smartphones, glasses, or headsets. Picture this: you're seeing the real world around you, but with digital information layered on top. Think of your phone displaying directions on your road trip, or a game overlaying digital creatures into your backyard. Back in 1990, Thomas Caudell coined the term AR while describing how head-mounted displays helped electricians with complicated wiring. Fast forward to 1998, and AR made its first big commercial splash: the yellow first down marker in televised football games. Now, AR is everywhere. From your smartphone games and mixed reality headsets to heads-up displays and car windshields, AR is transforming industries across the board: healthcare, public safety, tourism, and more. How does AR work? It needs hardware, a processor, sensors, a display, and input devices. Phones and tablets already have sensors like cameras, GPS, and accelerometers, which make AR accessible for everyday users. AR apps typically work with two methods: marker-based and markerless AR. Marker-based apps use a specific target, like a barcode or image, to trigger digital content. Meanwhile, markerless AR scans the environment, recognizing objects and overlaying information accordingly. How is AR different from VR? Virtual reality immerses you fully into a 3D world, blocking out reality. AR, on the other hand, keeps you in your environment but enhances it with digital layers, so you're still grounded in the real world. Let's talk use cases. AR is already transforming everything from retail, where apps like Target let you visualize products in your home, to gaming with Pokemon Go overlaying creatures right into your surroundings. Other industries are tapping into AR too: in military training, archaeology, even healthcare. Imagine doctors using AR to see 3D models of organs or surgical procedures right in front of them. The future of AR? It's all about lighter devices, faster connections, and integrating AI for even smarter object detection and interaction. From ARKit and AR Core to Apple Vision Pro and MetaQuest 3, AR is evolving fast. And with the rise of 5G, the next wave of AR experiences is right around the corner. AR is here to stay, and it's just getting started. The world around us will soon be richer, more interactive, and full of endless possibilities. Now let's dive into a technology that's about to quietly redefine the future of computing: neuromorphic chips. Neuromorphic computing is simple at its core. It mimics the human brain. Instead of running like traditional computers that move data back and forth between memory and processor, neuromorphic chips combine memory and processing into a single unit, just like our neurons and synapses. They use spiking neural networks, where information flows only when triggered by an event, making them insanely energy efficient, lightning fast, and capable of real-time learning and adaptation. Unlike today's power-hungry AI models, these chips stay cool, process information asynchronously, and learn on the fly. Built on silicon today, and soon on futuristic materials like memristors, neuromorphic chips are already appearing in cutting-edge projects, Intel's Loihi 2 can recognize gestures and speech with ultra-low power. IBM's North Pole chip processes AI tasks 4,000 times faster than traditional systems. And Spinnaker at the University of Manchester simulates 1 billion neurons in real time. In 5 years, expect neuromorphic chips to explode in edge AI, autonomous vehicles, cybersecurity, robotics, and healthcare imaging. Imagine a self-driving car using neuromorphic chips to instantly detect and avoid hazards, not just by seeing, but by anticipating danger, like a seasoned driver. Picture medical wearables that can analyze your heartbeat and spot early warning signs of disease days or weeks before any symptoms appear, or factory robots that learn a completely new assembly task overnight without needing human reprogramming, simply by observing patterns. Neuromorphic chips won't replace traditional AI. They'll outclass it wherever real-time decision-making, low energy, and adaptability are non-negotiable. Companies that embrace this leap early will dominate industries. Those that don't, they'll be stuck burning power and wasting precious time while the future passes them by. And as neuromorphic tech evolves alongside breakthroughs like quantum computing, we're not just talking about faster chips, we're talking about the foundations of true artificial intelligence, in a world that thinks alongside us, not just for us. Now let's talk about a technology that's not just changing how we interact with machines, it's changing what it means to be human. Brain computing interfaces, or BCIs. At their core, BCIs create a direct communication link between your brain's electrical activity and an external device, like a computer, a robotic arm, or even a smart home system. Sensors capture the tiny electrical spikes fired by neurons and, using powerful decoding algorithms, translate them into digital commands. In simple terms, BCIs turn thoughts into actions. There are two main types of BCIs. Invasive BCIs are surgically implanted, offering high-definition signals for serious cases like paralysis. Non-invasive BCIs use wearable devices, like headsets, to capture brain activity from outside the skull. They're safer, easier to adopt, and perfect for everyday uses like gaming, productivity, and smart homes. But here's where it gets really exciting. They aren't just ideas on a lab bench anymore, and changing lives today. Neuralink, for example, implanted a coin-sized brain chip in a quadriplegic patient in 2024, allowing him to move a computer cursor just by thinking. Companies like Synchron are developing tiny brain chips inserted through blood vessels, giving paralyzed users the ability to type and click with their minds. And startups like Neurable are creating brain-controlled headphones that boost focus and productivity, seamlessly integrated into daily life. Think of it like a microphone. BCIs listen to the electrical chatter between neurons, then AI algorithms decode that chatter into actions. Over time, just like learning to use a new instrument, users get faster, more precise, and more intuitive at controlling their environment through thought alone. And what's coming in the next 5 years? A true revolution. Patients with paralysis will regain independence, controlling prosthetics, computers, and smart homes directly with their minds. Stroke survivors and individuals with neurological conditions will recover motor functions faster with BCI-driven rehabilitation tools. Everyday users will wear sleek, non-invasive BCIs to boost memory, enhance focus, and even monitor mental health, fighting burnout and anxiety before they strike. Gamers and creators will step into worlds where imagination alone shapes reality. No controllers, no keyboards, no barriers. Picture a doctor performing remote surgery just by guiding a robotic tool with thoughts. A wheelchair user navigating city streets telepathically, no joystick required. A student studying for exams aided by a brain interface that optimizes memory retention in real time. Or a future workplace where multitasking isn't typing with one hand and scrolling with the other, it's thinking multiple commands simultaneously. Brain-computer interfaces are not just restoring lost abilities, they're unlocking new frontiers of human potential. And as they evolve, they'll challenge us to rethink what we can create, achieve, and experience, when the only limit is our imagination. In just 5 years, the technologies we've explored today, agentic AI, synthetic media, micro LLMs, augmented reality, neuromorphic chips, and brain-computer interfaces, will reshape everything we know. Work, healthcare, creativity, even what it means to be human. Some will stand at the edge and watch it happen, They'll step into the future and build it. This revolution isn't just about faster machines or smarter tools. It's about unlocking human potential on a scale we've never seen before. It's about imagination turning into innovation, dreams turning into reality. And the real question isn't what the future will look like, it's who will shape it. The next era of humanity is already unfolding. It's time to imagine bigger and think beyond the limits we once thought defined us. Because 5 years from now, the future won't just belong to those who are ready. It'll belong to those brave enough to create it.